Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Real Breakdown. In this video, we're going to be going over We Don't Talk About Bruno from the brand new Disney movie, Encanto. Guys, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Now, this song has gone absolutely viral on YouTube. It was #1 on trending for music, social media. I'm seeing it all over the place. Great film, but this song is awesome. So guys, today I'm going to be going through the scene where the song is used. I guess you can call it a music video a bit. And I'm just going to talk about why I love it, why I think it's awesome. It's already amassed over 50 million views, and I know in its first day it gathered around 7 to 8 million views. Yeah, guys, it's a great song. It's a great, it's a great scene. And I'm just going to go through it, tell you why I love it, and then we'll talk about it a little bit at the end. So first, I'm just going to watch it, then we'll break it down, okay? All right, so here we go. I'm watching on YouTube right now. Pressing play in 3, 2, 1, play.
What if you didn't understand what he saw?
Then you better figure it out because it was...
So that's the end right there, guys. And man, I just have to say, like, being honest, I don't think the last time that a song got this popular, as far as like a Disney song, has been like since Let It Go from Frozen, which was great. And I'm not saying that this is at that level of popularity, but what I am saying is that what makes this song different is that the artistry and mastery of Lin-Manuel's music creation and lyricism is not just on display here, but it's also paired with amazing visuals that are able to entertain you but also tell a story, which is kind of why I want to call this a music video, but it really is just a scene from the movie. It's just two great things melded together that just bring you beautiful visuals to an amazing song. It's just entertaining and catchy. So that's the genius of it, right? Is that the song is so catchy that you keep wanting to listen to it, but then every time you listen to it, you keep picturing the visuals from the movie, from these scenes that then make you want to go back to watch the movie. So they did some really smart stuff there, and I do like that. So I think that's why this song just hits for me a little more than like Let It Go did, even though that was a phenomenal song. But I think that's why this one is great. So now I'm just gonna slowly go through some of the things here from the video again. So I'm just replaying it. It's starting right now. Once again, so what I was saying before is like, what they did so well is that, you know, even though this is animation, that there is a cinematographer that works with a director to figure out how the shots are going to be laid out. And what they did so great here is that they played around with the camera, turning it on an angle for certain scenes, making it feel more fluid. And then what they did with the lighting here as Bruno comes in is that every time Bruno shows up, the lighting gets darker, whether it's Aunt Pepa talking about it during her wedding or, you know, the other characters. Every time Bruno shows up, it brings some sort of darkness to it. So I love it here. Everyone blows away. Look at this. Look at this angle work. It just makes those dancing looks a lot better. So let's pause here. What the genius of some of this is, you know, with the different camera work and with the different lighting, is that it just creates that feeling of you seeing something for the first time, and especially here in animation. Now, I'm not saying this is the first time that it's ever been done or that they're the first people to ever do it, but what I am saying is that pairing it with the music, it just really creates that feeling of, you know, this is something that I have never seen before. Also, another thing that I like as we transition from Uncle Felix and Aunt Pepa over here to Dolores and her version of it. So what we're doing here is each family member is telling us their experience with Bruno, and they each have their own style, and they each have their own sense of how they view Bruno. So here with Dolores, since she is the one who can hear everything, it's a lot more hushed, it's a lot more quiet. So I really like the style that she has here, and I think what they do with her is probably one of my favorite things. Just as far as like her stepping and following along to the beat, and then also we'll see a little glimpse of Bruno here in the background. So I'm gonna hit play here. Stumbling, mumbling. So right here, if we pause at 1:02, you can actually see Bruno in the background. He's walking behind the walls. So this is a little bit of an Easter egg that they're throwing in there, because as we know, spoiler, at the end of the film, towards the end of the film, we find out that Bruno actually never left. He's been living amongst the walls. So this right here, because she is one of the few people who can actually hear him and knows that he's there or thinks that he's there, we actually see him in her version of the story, kind of still sneaking around in the back. You'll be able to see that there. It's pretty cool. And then later on in another part of the song, we're actually going to hear her say, like, I can still hear him. And that's her kind of being like, I'm pretty sure he's still around because I still hear him. So, all right, so let's play. Saying... Love this here. Look at that framing. It's just so cool. I love this here. Look at this here. Listen to this. Do you understand? And then Camilo here, like shape-shifting. He's got these rats. And so let's pause here at 1:20. So what we're doing here is we've transitioned over to Camilo, who's showing us a different perspective of Bruno again. Now here, everything is darkened. He's showing us, he actually turns into Bruno. So now this is the first time we're actually seeing Bruno. And he makes him into a lot more of a darker figure. So this is like the legend of Bruno just growing here. And as we know, you know, like towards the end of the film, we find out the truth. But what they're doing here is that with the music, that they're building this up as to who Bruno is. And each story, he gets a little darker and darker. So that's pretty cool. This is just awesome visuals. Look at this transition as they're walking around. Like I said, so good. I love this. The town folks are like complaining about all his prophecies. and they're so dramatic about it, but it's really funny. Okay, we're pausing here at 158. So what I really like about Isabella's part of the song here is that just like with Dolores, like she changes the tone of the song. I don't know if that's the right terminology. I'm not a music expert, but she changes the song, she changes the beat to it, and she gives us her perspective. And obviously hers is the only one that's different from everyone else's. So this is so smart, I think, in like putting this in the movie, is that, you know, not everyone got a negative prophecy from Bruno, but it's such a good mix to such a great song. So you're already bobbing to the beat and everything, and then when things change up, it's at the right timing. These visuals are amazing as she's coming down all graceful and perfect as her character is. We're gonna hit play here. Everything gets slowed down, the pace is completely changed. I think it's super. And then, you know, we get a grunt from Mirabel here. I love getting more character moments here from Dolores and the conflict with the guy and Isabella. I love her wording here because you could word this so many different ways, but she's very like cold about it. And then this right here is just Lin-Manuel flexing, right? It's just him saying all these different verses, I'm layering them on top of each other, I'm making them fit. And then visually we're getting all of them setting the table together. We get a little bit of Luisa. And then of course when Mirabel here goes into the room, it's a dark room compared to the lighting of the house, which then eases us into the black background, which then brings all the characters again in her mind and all their songs and their dancing. Choreography wise, it's great. It's visually pleasing. Like, this is just a masterclass on visuals and matching them to music. It really, really is. And then that awesome clip at the end of the prophecy. So yeah, guys, so there it is. You know, went through it twice already. All I can do is just continue praising this. You know, the marriage of the visuals with the song is what sells this as a really, really, you know, not only catchy song, but awesome part of the movie. I think that the fact that they were able to, whoever it is, whether it's the director, Lin-Manuel, or the people that worked on this project, they understood the assignment. They were able to pair great sound with great visuals while also telling a story. Do you know how difficult that is? I think that it's kind of rare for that to all kind of fall into place. And I think that We Don't Talk About Bruno is a perfect example of how this film achieved that. There are other songs in this movie that are great, but I feel like the song We Don't Talk About Bruno encompasses in its entirety what this film does, from both an emotional standpoint, from a musical, lyrical standpoint, from a visual standpoint, from the camera work standpoint, like directing, storytelling. I mean, it, like I said, it truly is just a masterclass on how to put all these things together and make them work at a high level. So, you know, Disney does it again. Their animations, you know, Disney and Pixar, both, all their animation stuff is great. So We Don't Talk About Bruno, guys. Great song, great scene. Pretty good movie. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, guys, I have nothing more to add. I think I've spoken at length about it. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna bring this video to a close. Thank you so much for checking We Don't Talk About Bruno with me and letting me give you the real breakdown on it. So with that said, guys, we will see you next time. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for what's next to come on The Real Breakdown.